Hello and welcome to this week's reading vlog. For some reason I seem to start these later each week because it's already Wednesday. Anyway, that shouldn't deter us from anything really. I managed to make some more progress in Mordio and the goal of this week is just to finish it. I still don't know when I'm going to be able to continue with the Count of Monte Cristo. Maybe I'll have to push it into September because next week I still have this research paper going on and I also have to pack my things. So I'm not gonna stress about that and just finish with Mordio. It's still good. I'm still enjoying it.
Several days later.
So I did in fact not finish Mordio this week, not even close. It's already Sunday evening, so I'm not gonna finish it anyway because I still have to work on my research paper and that just takes priority right now. I also didn't film anything for this vlog. Oh god, my arm's getting all heavy already. How do people do this? We'll figure it out along the way. So I didn't film anything else, so we will take over the book as well as this vlog into the next week, which coincidentally is also my last week in Germany. Which is exciting and scary. I grew up in Germany. I don't live near the place where I grew up. I haven't lived there for almost 2 years, but it's a different kind of feeling to just not be close to home. I could still go home the last 2 years if I wanted to go by train for 10 hours. That was possible. That won't be possible anymore. And also, I don't speak Slovenian yet. I will try to learn it. But you know, new culture, new language, new place. Exciting, scary. We'll see how it goes. I did move from the western part of Germany to southeast Germany, close to the Austrian border last time, which is also a huge difference, I think. Like every German will know what I'm talking about. Like North Rhine-Westphalia is a very different place from Bavaria. So it's not like it's the first time that I get thrown into a new situation. At least this time there are some people that I know who also moved to Slovenia, but still. Yeah, so next week is my last week in Germany. I have to pack up. I also would like to spend a bit of time in the city, just because it is quite beautiful. If you ever get the chance to visit Passau, I would recommend it. And I will also still try to finish Mordio. Made some progress with Mordio. I've got about, I think, 100 pages left of the actual story, and then all of this is just extra information. It's still good, but there have been some mood shifts in the book that I didn't really like. There are these cities that are all ruled either by a master or a mistress, and we start in Mordio, which is ruled by the master, as he is called throughout the book. The master's enemies with a mistress who rules the city of Malakoy. And Nathan, we start in the slums. Nathan grows up there, and then at some point he falls in with this gang, but then he's betrayed and he is taken in by the master, who then starts to educate him, or he has a teacher educating Nathan. Nathan knows that he's being manipulated by the master, that he's just being used, but he kind of doesn't have a choice because there is just no other option for him in that moment. And at the same time he's also so angry throughout the book. He starts out as this passionate boy who wants to help his father, and then he is betrayed and then manipulated, and then he has to go to Malakor, and there's again a mood shift. The first mood shift is the first shift is actually when he falls in with the gang, because that's when the plot really starts, and we get less descriptions, which I missed a lot because I love the atmosphere that the author creates with the living mud and with the slums. And then at the Cass, and then at the Master, everything is obviously a lot cleaner than it was in the slums, and this dark feeling just goes away for a bit. And then we go to Malakor, and the crew that takes Nathan there tells me about they don't really tell him anything, but they shy away from him when they find out who his father is, and then Nathan starts realizing that his father actually wasn't the man that he knew, because his father obviously had a past before Nathan was even born. And that is also something that affects him extremely. I don't want to spoil you much more, but he does go to Malakor, and then there's again a mood shift, because Malakor is a very different city from Mordiu. In Mordiu you have houses and the slums, and in Malakor there are just tents, and everybody seems to be living together in these tents, no matter their family relations. And that's a very descriptive part of the book, and that's why there's again this more darker atmosphere, this more fearful atmosphere. You can see that the people are afraid of Nathan. And then he gets back to Mordiu, and he has realized that the Master is just manipulating him, and he meets this girl that is also imprisoned by the Master, and she should hate him for a reason that I won't tell you here, because it would be a spoiler. But she should hate him, and she doesn't. They get along, they start being friends. But again, even though they seem to start being friends, and even though I think that the girl does actually like Nathan to a certain extent, he just seems to be used again. And that's very interesting. You can see this character, I wouldn't call it character growth of Nathan, but more of a character change from somebody who grew up very poor and very unprivileged with a father that is near to death, to this boy who doesn't seem to care as much anymore on the outside, but then on the inside there's still so much going on. He wants to help his teacher find his brother who disappeared years ago in Malakor, and that is basically all he does there, even though the Master has given him a different task. And he wants to be friends with this girl that he just met. He's yearning for connections that he just never actually has gotten, because at some point it says something along the lines of he was somebody who liked him for him. He hadn't known that feeling before, or something like that. And it's very interesting because even in the slums he never had somebody who told him, I just want to spend time with you. Everybody just saw him as a tool for something. His mother for getting money, his father always seemed kind of scared for him, but also of him because of his powers. And everybody just seems to want something from him, and he's just getting angrier and angrier and more lost. As I said, I only have 100 pages left, so I'm very excited to see where it's going, because I can't really... Well, I did just see a name in here that I didn't think would turn up again, so I did just spoil myself that somebody is coming back, but, well, whatever. I do know that this is a trilogy, so I do see myself continuing this right now, unless something happens that I can't stand at all. But I will put it aside for this afternoon, because I do want to start packing. Okay, last update for this vlog. Ignore this. I don't know what I did, but I actually finally finished Mordu. It was good. It wasn't like the best book I've ever read. It's a 4-star, and it did unfortunately lose me sometimes because Alex Feeby is the author, and he writes these really elaborate descriptions of the world, and the world building was fantastic. However, when he tries to further the plot, he just loses some of this dark charm, this dark atmosphere, and that was kind of why sometimes I just felt like I was pulled out of the story. I gotta say, the ending did have a twist that I quite enjoyed. I did not expect that at all. I won't tell you what it was, but basically something happens to the main character that I did not think would happen, or that I didn't even imagine that this was a possibility, and that was quite good. I definitely want to continue with the series. It did catch me. I also did in fact start packing my things, at least my books and my tea, and that's about everything I've done yet. My room is a mess. I definitely have to do some more today, even though I'm really tired, but otherwise I just have to do it tomorrow because my father is arriving tomorrow with some more boxes. I don't have any boxes here, which doesn't make it any easier, but I also didn't want to buy any more because my father still has some, so why would I? But he's coming with some boxes and a van, and then we'll hopefully pick everything up tomorrow evening, but I still want to start a bit today. I also still have to take care of some finance stuff and some just like what do you have to do when you move abroad, you know? And that's also what I'm going to do today. It's not even 8 yet. It's not even 8 o'clock, and I'm already like really tired. It was a long week. It was my last week in Germany for a while at least, and therefore it was just very exhausting because you have to say goodbye to everyone, and you meet many people one more time, and it's fun to meet everybody one more time, but it's also very sad. And you know, just saying goodbye so many times is a weird feeling. Anyway, not the point of this. I will pack more, get my stuff done, and then hopefully also edit this video. So I don't want to do it tomorrow, but I also want to start a new vlog on Monday because I want to challenge myself a bit and do something bit more special. I'm not sure if I should call it special because many people have done it before, but I'm gonna challenge myself a bit with something, and if you want to know what it is, you'll just have to watch next week's vlog. But that's for now. I hope you had fun watching. See you very soon.